Hello and welcome to Kerbal Space Program. We are in version 0.18.2 and we're also going to start a new game because I'm going to use mods, so I'm going to call it With Mods. And now, after a bit of mucking about, we have this beauty. It's got some solar panels, some RCS systems, landing gear, because this is a return-capable craft, asparagus staging to get us up there, and if you look under this dome, you got some chutes for returning. We got what do you call this again? Docking port. Hidden under that, we've got the probe and this advanced SAS module, which everything is attached to apparently. So let me just put that back. And this is the mod part. These are bay doors that open up. And then we got some docking ports in here. So this thing can take 6 modules up in there, and then take another bigger one up top into orbit, and then can also deorbit 6 smaller modules. It's not exactly designed to deorbit something on the top, but you could try it if you wanted to. Anyhow, let me just open up my test deployment version. And so now you can see in my test deployment version, we have these tiny little craft that are just based on probes with solar panels and RCS and stuff, and they just, yeah, there we go. Little orbital tugs, I guess you could call them. Okay, and now we're on the launch pad. Let me make sure the gimbals lock properly. There we go, gimbals have been locked. This is as stable as ever down there at the bottom. For some reason those things love to shake around. We're going to throttle up, we're going to engage the SAS, and this is going to go like just like any other launch. Or so we hope, anyhow. 7 mainsails are the first stage in this rocket. Let's hope this thing continues its service record of being able to get into orbit quickly and easily. Well, I'm not going to say quickly and easily. And also it doesn't have a record yet because I've never gotten it into orbit yet. So, probably shouldn't have said that bit. But it's alright. We're pretty much guaranteed to make it. Oh, wait, never mind. We lost an engine. No, I'm just kidding. Asparagus staging, folks. That's how it works. You drop off tanks and engines as soon as you can. And, yeah, we're losing a little bit of speed here. But I don't want to overheat these engines, so I'm letting it lose that little bit of speed. It's going to start gaining it again in a moment here. Come on, go back up. Yeah, there we go. Now it's gaining some speed again. We're actually going to have to throttle down at some point, if I remember correctly, on this part, before we even get the rest of the way open? I meant to say the rest of the way up, but instead I said open. Yeah, that makes sense, right? Right, folks? Let's see. We're at 5 kilometers, 148 meters per second. We're going to turn the throttle down just a little bit now to conserve fuel, because we need quite a bit of it to get in orbit with this thing, it turns out. I hope this works really well. If this works well, I want to post it on Reddit, of course, and then get people to submit probes and stuff to put inside of it to, you know, launch into space. And we lost another set of engines. So we're going to ditch those. We're going to throttle up to 2/3. We're going to throttle up more than that, actually. Which is dangerous for these things because they do like to overheat. There we go. We are now overheating. I'm going to turn that down just a little bit. And it's time for our gravity maneuver turn thing. Whatever you want to call it. Let's see. Overheat warnings. Overheat warnings. Who gives a shit about overheat warnings? We're fine. Oh. I want to complete this gravity turn already. Turn my SAS back on so I can worry about the engines overheating in my orbital altitude instead of whether I'm turning the right way. Come on. There we go. And let's see. Engines are overheating a little bit. That's to be expected at this speed, at this throttle even. I'm a little worried about those. I think I'll just keep an eye on them. I think they'll be fine. They'll be fine. Man, I'm hating my frame rate right now. I mean, I suppose I should be used to it with how bad my computer is, but I'm really hating it right now. Yeah. This thing does get into orbit quite nicely, though. Or, I mean, it's untested. I've never gotten it into orbit. No, seriously, I've never gotten it to orbit, but I've tested it about as far as we're at right now. And, oh, I can't throttle up too much more than that. I was gonna try to throttle up, that would have been bad. Let's see, are we... 42 seconds, is that going up or down? It's going down, not a good thing. But we're also about to overheat. That's also not a good thing. Right, let's rearrange our staging real fast. We're gonna go ahead and blow those fairings off, or get stuck on them. That could end up being a bad problem. Could end up being a bad problem. Might not be. Alright, let's see if we can get these engines to keep us going a bit longer. Or this engine. It's just one of them. Okay, don't blow up. Don't blow up. Thank you for not blowing up. Let's see, what's our apoapsis? Not rising fast enough. See, this is what I mean. I tested it up to this point. I hadn't tested it past this point. I knew it could get us up to this altitude and with this much fuel left or whatever. Well, actually, no. I tested it without a payload. I haven't even tested it with a payload on board, so I don't actually know if it can get into orbit with a payload on board. I'm guessing it can based on the fact that it is, but, you know. Unfortunately, it seems that I was wrong to start the gravity turn when I did. Also, I really should have waited like I'm supposed to blow those payload fairings. Okay, now we're turning the throttle way down because our apoapsis is at desired altitude. So I'm going to try to turn this thing all the way over before we run out of fuel. And hopefully dislodge those payload fairings, although it looks like they are still stuck on board. I think we'll have to cut throttle to actually get rid of those. Come on, come on. Come on, and there's our main engine gone. And we now need to burn full throttle to have any hope of getting into orbit. And those payload fairings stuck on the nose are probably gonna interfere with our engine's ability to take us up. Probably. Maybe not. Maybe we'll be fine. But I think they'll interfere. Because payload fairings tend to be a dick like that, I've noticed recently with me. Just had the worst luck with them, you know? Also, I'm starting to think I should have tried to shoot for a higher orbit based on how we're doing right now. Can turn on some RCS and get an additional bit of thrust like that. Although, it really sucks if we're actually going to have to do that to get into orbit because RCS has been nerfed, of course. Okay, that's not helping us at all. Never mind. Shit, we have spin now. Stop spinning. We're gonna start falling soon, aren't we? Yes, we are. And, so it looks like this first test is going to be a failure of the system. I'd undock these to ditch weight to, save us, but that wouldn't actually work. So instead, what I think we're going to end up doing in this case is... Oh, come on. There we go. Let's go ahead and close that back. I think we're going to go ahead and I'm going to get to show you the re-entry capability. I'll have to redesign the launch vehicle a little bit to actually allow us to get into orbit with a heavy payload. I'll have to redesign it. Here, let's go ahead and put out these solar panels. Come on. Okay, I guess the custom thing that's supposed to put out my payload, my solar panels is not working, which is kind of annoying, as you can imagine. But yeah, let's just go ahead and put these out, just because. Why not? We are not going into orbit today. We went into space today, but we're not going into orbit today. Also, this is unmanned, as you might have noticed, actually. So, not a problem. Not a problem if we continue to fail, and we fail the landing and whatnot. I'm going to put out the landing gear just to show them. Oh yeah. This thing's pretty when it lands. But yeah, we're not getting into orbit. So... Actually, come to think of it, I'm not even sure if this thing can land, like, fully, you know, filled up with stuff like it is right now. Fully filled up with stuff. Yeah, that line could have gone better. Yeah. Of course, now my mission elapsed time is telling me that it's taken me 6 minutes to get this far, but it's also in orange, which tells me Lagsbane has been activating, which also tells me that that's completely a lie, bullshit. It's taken me longer to get here. Sorry for making you wait. Hopefully they've been somewhat entertaining, even though. Let's just turn on the RCS just for the hell of it. Just so it can be funny. This engine's actually doing, almost doing well to land us, it almost feels like. You know, it isn't, of course, obviously, but it is actually slowing our speed up here. Insufficient thrust to land, though. Yeah, definitely insufficient thrust to land. If this thing empty can't even land softly without parachutes and the engine firing at full throttle, then you know this thing definitely has no place trying to land itself with the engine. Let's see, do I want to go ahead and pop the drogue chutes? I guess I do. I just did. Don't know when those are supposed to come out. Excuse me. Well, that's one of my deployed chutes. Why can't I right-click it? Whatever. Whatever. Oh, does the Poodle engine generate electric charge? Yes, it does. Oh. So, because we have this thing running, it's gonna... Oh, and there goes our solar panels. And the chutes are deployed. Actually, we're gonna go ahead and turn off SAS now. There's no point in having it on at this point. Uh-oh, are we gonna land in water? Shit, we're gonna land in water. And there's nothing I can do about it. Yep. Well, this just got fun. Wait, hold on. I might be able to do something about it. Nope. Nope, I can't. Yeah, so you can get to see a water landing. Whoa. What? What? Oh, I know what that is. That's all the engines in here on all of these firing. I guess we're gonna test how well this thing can land with engines firing the wrong way as well. We're gonna test a lot of things now, aren't we? God, this thing looks so horrible with the payload fairings just stuck at the top there. Turning down the throttle because I don't want us to lose our speed falling, because if we lose too much speed and then the parachutes deploy and they stop us entirely, just like for a split second, then, or close to stopping us for a split second from the sudden force or whatever, you know, that kind of thing, it could be a very bad day for us, basically. And yeah, so I just want to avoid that happening. And now I'm just having fun with the noise. Because I'm a child like that. Oh, parachute deployment. 3, 2, 1. And, oh. We have a nice cruising speed of 10.5 meters per second. And if I activate the engines, slow down to 8 meters per second. So, I'm going to time warp just a little bit. If it'll let me. Oh, what was that? Oh, that would be the those other engines running out. Alright, so I'm going to stop time warping at 50 meters, I think. Yeah, this is taking a little while, isn't it? Just running a little slow. Just a little bit slow. I've run out of things to talk about. Okay, we are back down to normal time. Get ready for touchdown. 3, 2, 1. Oh wait, because I forgot that the bottom of the it counts how high up you are from the top instead of from the bottom. But yeah, as you can see, even on a water landing and with a heavy payload, a payload so heavy I couldn't actually get in orbit. Although if I had changed my launch profile, I could have gotten into orbit with that, because if you look at the amount of fuel I have left, I could have gone up there. Also, this thing is also doubles as a spaceplane fuel station for liquid fuel for plane engines, because it carries a lot more liquid fuel than it carries oxidizer. Until they add oxidizer tanks or allow these tanks, these Mark III to Mark II adapters and the other space plane parts, until they allow them to carry oxidizer as well. That's just the way things will be. But yeah, this is the what do I call this thing? The LF-SPU 3226. I don't even know. So I'm gonna find out right now. Oh, come on. Okay, so let's rename. This is the LP-RFS 1, and this one specifically is the test deployment. Yeah. Thanks for watching, etc., etc. I will be redesigning this slightly and then giving you an update on that soon. I want to say like right away, but you know, oh, my electric charge is dropping rapidly. Huh, I wonder what's eating it so fast. Oh, you know what? It's because all probe modules on board will eat power, even if, like, because you're only using one, but all of them eat the power. But yeah, there we go. That's that. Oh yeah, there's one thing I was going to say real fast, is, life continues to be hectic. Yay! It's not the end of the world, but life is hectic anyhow. So yeah, sorry if I'm horrible. More than usual. Thanks for watching, etc., etc. I'm still a little sick. See you in space.